Hello, I'm Mr. Harding, and today we are creating an instructional video on how to create a face jug on a potter's wheel. And when we're finished, it'll look similar to this. Now, this lesson can be modified to not only just work on the wheel, but you can also use the coil method, where Art 1 students or Ceramic 1 students usually work. And it looks something similar to this. Now, with the coil method, it can become uneven as opposed to the evenness of the wheel. Now, this lesson can also be modified to not only create a face jug, but a themed vessel, whereas you create motifs and designs to create a central theme around your ceramic work. So in a moment, we'll get started. Right now, we've fast forward and I have the clay on the wheel making a ceramic jug or pot by pressing down the center, pressing it towards the left, towards my hand, building up the sides and the walls of the pot. Okay, fast forward. I'm getting taller by pressing the sides of my hand, the clay between the sides of my hands, and strengthening the walls and spreading out the bottom. Okay, now it's approximately 8 inches tall. Keeping it in control. The clay is slightly off-centered, but as long as you can maintain control, you have two options at this point. Either scrap it, go from the beginning, or maintain control and work with what you got. That's what I chose to do at this point. And the top, as long as it's maintaining control, I can create a desirable piece. And here it's done. Now at this point, we fast forward to the construction part of the face. I am making the nose for it in the shape of a pyramid. Now, a pyramid looks like a block of cheese when you first start. Remember to keep your hands moist so you can mold and shape your clay. My hands are pretty moist at this point, by the way. Okay, now I found the area I'm going to place it in. Right now I'm scoring and slipping, but I'm also hollowing out the center. By hollowing out the center, you make the your desired clay hollow, and it's less likely to explode because it lets air go inside and dry out your piece. But I'm scoring and slipping. Cannot stress that enough in order to make two pieces of clay stick together. And I'll eventually move it down slightly for the forehead part. Okay. Now I am making the eyes. Now, what I did was I rolled two balls of clay simultaneously. You want to do it at the same time so you can keep the same shape. Okay, at this point, I am making the eyelids. Now, what's important about the eyelids, it gives the appearance that you're not placing the eyes on top of a surface, but inside the surface, like an eye socket. So you want to establish that to make it look more natural. And of course, scoring and slipping. Okay, at this point, I'm shaping the bottom lip. Now, the bottom lip can vary in shape. I just chose this one. Just take a plastic knife and carve your shape and shape it with your fingers. Your fingers are your best tool. After I scored and slipped it, I'm making the top lip by rolling out a coil. Score and slip both the coil and the vase itself in the area you want the top lip to show. Now I can also carve designs into it to make it look like a mustache, but at this point it's just the top lip. course, shaping your desired shape. Okay, at this point, we're going to add teeth. Now, what I have in my storage, I have some broken pieces of pottery that I broke up, an old plate, and what I'm going to do is use the jagged edges and place them in the mouth area to symbolize teeth. Now, the good thing about it is it's already been fired pottery, so it'll fit snugly inside the clay without there being any damage to it. You do not want to use glass because glass has a lower melting point, so it'll melt onto your clay. It might be a good artistic effect, but for this purpose, it's not desired. So we want the resemblance of teeth in the mouth. So using broken pieces of pottery. And after I'm finished, I will smooth out the rough edges, as you can see around the eyes and the nose. But overall, that's it.